is just like a middle manager for the for the rules, is like someone who like, I love that idea.
Yeah.
I also love the idea of like corporate contemporary fantasy. So just like being able to say like, well, you know, I didn't make the rules. Feels really powerful to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would still be a fun game to try out.
Which game is this?
Triangle Agency. It is a kind of corporate paranormal investigations tabletop RPG.
I like investigating paranormals.
Yeah. It's like part of the setting of the game, at least the default setting, is that like reality is kind of bending apart a little bit, and people's thoughts are becoming like, at least very, very strong thoughts are becoming like manifest as anomalies, as like individuals themselves that are basically like poltergeists, kind of.
Sounds like Chainsaw Man.
I've not
Isn't
seen
that
it.
the theme for that show?
It could definitely have some similar stuff, but I have not seen it. Nor have I played Triangle Agency, so.
There's a lot of like similar stuff in that fiction. It's like, what's the...
It reminds me, like the anomalies are not remotely the same, but the general structure reminds me of like Loki. Only without all of the story-specific beats that make Loki incredibly unique.
I mean, he's a good Asgard god, but is he the best?
The direct inspiration to me feels like Control.
I was actually thinking it sounds like Control.
It is, yeah, it's a lot like the story of Control, but also just goofy as fuck.
Yeah, it's like Control, but if Control was more about like things being kind of silly.
Right. It's like how Portal and Half-Life 2 and Half-Life are in the same universe, right? Triangle Agency could be like the Portal of Control.
Oh, so we getting goofy. Okay, I see.
Yes.
I just want to make a character that's like Fox Mulder from X-Files and be lightly broody and throw out poetry.
That is totally fine. The game forces you to have a fucked up home life.
Yeah.
And to be kind of incompetent. So you could definitely do that. The game would just make a fool of you for doing so, which would be great in its own right.
Like when Fox Mulder was in The Simpsons.
A little similar, yeah.
It's interesting to me that there are more and more of these games that are coming, that are like being explored, that are more about like failure states.
It's a little too close to home, if you ask me. I'm in a constant state of failure. We're not live yet, right?
Well, I hit go live about 10 minutes ago. After the discussion of illegal handheld devices.
The stream! Cut the stream!
Devices are totally legal, but never mind.
They're totally legal.
Yeah.
It's just that you can't talk about Nintendo, like the N
Speaking
word
of,
emulation.
right.
Have you guys? How do you emulate Switch games?
I'm not gonna
Konnor!
talk to you about that on stream.
I have a perfectly
Don't
legal
put
Switch that I
legal.
buy video games for,
Yeah, and you dump them.
and you don't pirate them.
Yeah.
Say no to strangers.
It's so funny. I was actually gonna ask about this, and then Moto, you started to say the we don't
Wait,
talk
this isn't
about
a bit?
Nintendo.
I thought this was a bit. This isn't a bit?
Which part of it? It's become a bit. For legal purposes, this is a bit.
Yeah,
Which?
Yes, Konnor. We all have perfectly legal devices to play our Nintendo games on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have 2 Switches. For legal purposes. Both of them.
Yeah, one he
But
leaves it
you-
docked, and the
you
other
push
so
them
that he
together
can
and
take
get
it to
switched
work.
in.
All correct.
Unbelievable. I can't believe that. Kick him. Ban this guy. Mods?
Pick what? Pick who? Oh, I see.
Some people out there, no one here, but I can't believe some despicable people out there in the world will just
Mods?
emulate and pirate. And
None of which we will discuss here.
we wouldn't.
Yeah.
The only thing we would discuss here is how not to do those things.
We're,
In
actually,
great
we're not
detail.
even going to discuss that at the moment.
I mean, it looks like we have time. Sarah is still trying to figure out audio issues, so
Speaking of audio issues, Chris, are you on your phone?
I am on my phone right now, yeah.
Okay.
I since we had a little time, I'm heating up some ramen.
Very nice.
Ramen at 9:30 in the morning? What?
Yeah.
Hey, there's an egg in there. It's breakfast.
I'll toss the old egg in there. The funny thing is, I didn't actually wake up too long ago, so this basically is breakfast.
V, what you doing on stream later?
I am probably going to finally beat E33
Oh,
forever. Finally, yeah.
very nice.
I've been issued a challenge from a friend that. So the beating the game is probably going to be a cakewalk since I did all like the side stuff, and everyone that plays JRPGs is like, that's how JRPGs go. You do all the side stuff, and the final boss is a joke. I'm like, great, okay, cool. I'm also getting wrecked by side bosses that are like end game bosses, post game bosses right now. And the last one almost made me tilted, which is super difficult to do. But I was playing for 7 hours and I ran into him and I was like, this is not it. Probably some E33. I just got into Night Rain finally last night
Yeah,
because I get on every trend precisely like 3 months after it's popular or so. I don't know. But it's really, really fun, and now I want to play more.
Well, you just so happened to join when they added like new content. So
Bully for me. What part of it it's new? New characters or new items or what?
No, so
plus 2.
what is it called?
Thank you for the 62 plus 2 sim clause.
They're called
Of course.
deeps. So basically, like after you beat all the bosses, you unlock like a new game mode. But the bosses are even harder.
Oh. I haven't even survived night 3 yet on the normal mode. But so far, my two favorite characters are Booba, Wizard Lady, and Eagle Hawk Tank Man. I actually find it really fun to tank giant bosses when you don't actually just get rolled.
Yeah.
Makes me feel like an anime. And if anybody wants to play, let me know.
Yes, Deep of Night.
I hear Sarah in 3 rooms over right now.
It does sound.
The microphone? Okay, thank you. Okay, bye.
We can presently hear you. It just sounds like you're far away.
She was far away,
Yeah.
I think. You should message her on Facebook Messenger. That's a lot. It's much easier to get a hold of her there.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, we can hear you.
This is the cord that goes to this. I plugged it in, but it's not.
It is working. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And then the muted and deafened again.
Now I don't know.
Hello? We can hear you.
Well, now I can't hear anything.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Can you hear now?
No. Well, I don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna go get my coffee. I'll be right back.
How do I go
I wish I had a root beer.
back?
That does sound
I
nice.
can't hear anything.
Hello.
Hello?
Welcome back. Uh-oh. Now the mic is not working again?
Did we get it figured out?
The microphone started working, and then Sarah couldn't hear, and now Sarah reconnected, and we haven't heard Sarah yet.
Interesting. It's probably nothing crazy. Should probably just switch the output. Because Francisco was using the computer to like record music.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Did somebody plug their mic into the printer again?
Kinda.
Okay. I'm just switching to my laptop.
Okay.
The sound system is crazy. I don't know what the heck's wrong with it.
We could hear you for a while.
Yeah, and then you couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then you couldn't
Is what.
hear us.
Yeah, and then I couldn't hear you. It was like one or the other. Craziness. Let me log into Forge. Apologies for the extended delay.
No worries.
Do any of you need an engine hoist?
Need a what?
Engine hoist?
Not
I love the dog not included.
not particularly.
Well, he's not included, so they just wanted to make sure that you knew.
Yeah, and that the engine hoist functioned, I guess.
Maybe they're trying to trick us. Maybe it's broken. Maybe it can't actually lift an engine, but it can lift a dog fine. They're trying to instill confidence.
Well, we have been babbling so long that I want to have a super clean transition into the game, but who would like to give the recap for a hero point? Which of these scenes I cannot believe that after all of that, something broke with my scene for this, and we have me with the correct like overlay picture, and then all of you guys are just your Discord pictures.
I can believe.
It worked for months just fine, and out of nowhere you all broke, but I'm fine. I don't understand.
Okay. I can attempt to give the recap. Maybe that'll help me get into the game after crashing out about my audio on the PC. All right. Let's see. So last session started with Isha approaching Moratan and well, I don't know if Moratan used Dream Council, but I'm guessing. Had like a dream meeting with Trebel Wolf, also known as the Huntsman, and they had a bit of a back and forth. The Huntsman was claiming that he has loyalty to a man he serves, and it's not necessarily to the Seraph, but there seemed to be some entanglement there. Steris tried to look around for any more paintings of note in the Duchess's palace and the wing that we're staying in, and there weren't any noteworthy. And then we ended up getting some of the journals and sketchbooks dropped off to us, hand-delivered to us in the wing of the Duchess's palace. And Turris and I took some time kind of sifting through them. In the meantime, Scene had gone to buy a spell scroll. Let's see. We're kind of slowly getting information from the journals. it took us some time to kind of piece together what we were seeing, but come to find that we were theorizing that perhaps the dreams that... Ooh, I'm forgetting his name. The painter.
Just keep giving your recap.
We're kind of theorizing that his dreams perhaps were influenced by the Four. Turris and I ended up talking to Moratan, and she said that she doesn't know any of the wolves, and that we were talking about kind of Skala's domain and how Skala is very entangled with this family. Turris ended up speaking with Anha as well, and brought Anha back to Rudel to review the dream journal and see if he could tease out anything. Isha had a private conversation with the Duchess, Ida Wolf, and kind of caught Ida talking to her daughter, encouraging her to go to the countryside manor to be safe. Her daughter was pretty resistant to doing so. Isha was looking for Skala's sword, and Ida was sharing, Isha was telling Ida that she spoke with her son. She gave a bit of insight about kind of what happened with her son. He was acting very oddly before he ended up meeting a man in the mountains, a quote-unquote wild group of souls, and that kind of influenced him leaving. Isha shared her theory that the blonde girl depicted in the paintings is a depiction of Skala, and shared that the wolf bloodline is Skala's physical bloodline.
Did not share.
Okay, well, I wrote down a theory, didn't share, but that is a theory we talked about, out of character perhaps. And then we were also, the name Hildegard Wolf came up in regards to the potential identity of this blonde girl. Isha was acting really weird towards the end of session, and while all of this was happening, Turkon was kind of prowling around Rudel, procuring food, and encountered an Axiomite, was stating that they're one of the most loyal followers of Skala, told Turkon he has no right to be in this holy land. And then we ended session with Agawin sending Steris a message saying that someone was looking for us, kind of headed our direction. And Tython Egwin told us that the 3-eye amulet, we kind of got the representation of what each of the eyes stood for. So the eagle's Denala, Eternity is Arcanus, and Mountain is the Shade of Death, all in tandem with Skala. There you go.
Thank you very much. Feel free to take your extra hero point. Anyone else have any comments or additions to add to that?
I don't appreciate being egged while I'm giving the recap. Thank you. The corrections are for the end, not the middle.
That is fair. That is fair.
The painter's name is Gimlin.
Correct. Okay. I might have homework for you guys later to fix the speaking portraits, but that's for later. All right. As discussed, the very kind of last event there was Turkon coming back after having had a run-in with an Axiomite out about the town, a servant of Skala's that gave a little bit of a warning, effectively saying, you and your odd group should watch yourselves. This land is protected, and as mostly non-believers of the Four, we are watching you. was a brief discussion of what that could mean at the very end of the session, and then that is where we kind of left it. So, still in Rudel's castle in the guest wing. What would you guys like to do?
Are we all the way back in the guest room?
Maybe? You can be wherever you guys would like. Well, that's not entirely true. If you guys are in the tower, that's fine. If you guys are exiting and outside, that's fine. Wherever you guys would like to be. Am I mistaken? Were you guys somewhere else at the end of the last session?
I mean, we could be wherever. I just was...
My understanding was we were in our wing of the palace, and we were debriefing about Turkon's experience.
Well, no, because we were all dogpiling
in the hallway.
the fucking
and then
armor
Turkon dragged
as-
all of us.
as Turris was walking away.
Right. Right. Yeah, so we could be having this discussion outside. I am recalling that perhaps this happened on the front steps.
Either way, Isha leaves.
Excellent.
Surprise, surprise. All
Yeah,
right.
She's like, well, that's fine. I have stuff to do anyways. And then she leaves. She goes back into the castle.
It doesn't surprise me that Isha would be wary to go out into the city after such a display, as you described, Turkon. Perhaps it would be worthwhile for me to scout, seeing as I'm the most about to the fore out of all of us. It would be prudent to get more information on how much substance their threat actually carries.
Oh, don't worry, I'll go out as well. You can go out if you want. I'm not going to stop you. But I plan on going out anyhow.
Is this a situation where we're splitting up?
Well, I was going to try to see if I can ascertain any more information of that fellow in the inn. The one that was also meeting with the Duchess.
All right. Seeing as that's more political in nature, perhaps you and Scene, being our most sociable, would serve each other well. And perhaps Turkon, being the magnet of this axiomite, could serve me.
I don't know about serve, but yeah.
Company. Serve my purpose is what I meant. But it's not bad to have some muscle around if things get hairy.
You're saying that because he's a Minotaur.
Indeed. Although I don't know if Steris' joke lands with Turkon.
Turkon just looks a little indignant.
Yeah.
All right. So, are we splitting up? Is one group trying to track down the nice inn, as it was described, where this Martel fellow is supposed to be staying, and the other group is seeking out signs of the Axiomite? Is that correct?
That was what I was suggesting.
And I'm going back to the tower.
Okay.
Scene will go with Turris.
Okay. All right. Let me start then. You guys are kind of going into town, exiting the castle together more or less, and then splitting up. We'll start with where you guys would like to start to track down the Axiomite, since that is a little bit more nebulous.
Is nebulous, isn't it? I think the first place would be for, like, Steris would ask Turkon to show her where he encountered the Axiomite. And then from there, I'd like to do, I don't know if this will help me pinpoint anything, but I'd want to, oh my god, am I mixing up my characters? Oh no, I do have detect magic. I wanted to, oh my gosh. My brain is so frazzled. I wanted to try to detect magic to see if I could pinpoint any areas of, like, particular concentration.
Okay. No problem. Okay.
Along with any, like, I don't know. I'm not sure what's here, but any, like, temples or religious sites or, like, I don't know, representations of Scala that could perhaps be related.
Gotcha. No problem. So first, you guys go to where Turkon first saw the Axiomite, and it's just kind of a main thoroughfare. In kind of like sort of like an open market section of town. There's kind of like eating establishments and other places of business that kind of sprawl out into the street a little bit. There's like seating and stuff that kind of gets brought out on a nicer day like this. People are eating outside, which Turkon took advantage of prior. And lots of kind of hustle and bustle. So you get there and you detect magic, and you don't really detect anything of note there.
Okay.
As for the church's question, you are easily able to get the information that there are churches to all four in this city. Most of them are pretty small from what you hear. They're not like big cathedrals or anything. They say that they're like, there are more kind of fancy churches and shrines to all of the four throughout Rudel, but they are rather like specific. There's like a one kind of like points you up the mountain to this larger structure that you guys saw when you first kind of entered town and were looking around, that you just see barely up like along kind of the cliffs above town. and says that there's like, for instance, a like larger church of Denala up the mountain. And like dedicated to the Eye of the Eagle, essentially. As for the churches in town, the one to Scala is the largest and kind of overlooks the lake. It is pretty near the shoreline. Also, I apologize. I appear to be starting to lose my voice out of nowhere.
Ruh-roh.
We'll see how that goes.
It's good. I feel like it would be prudent to perhaps start with the Church of Scala, so we can head that direction. And Stairs will note that it bodes well us being out in the city hasn't already garnered a reaction. I wonder how they're keeping tabs on us, though. And I'll detect magic on Turkon to see if there's anything that perhaps... I guess I don't have to keep clicking that. If there's anything that perhaps is on him.
Nothing at the moment, nothing unexpected. Okay. Beyond the usual items that you have already trained yourself to ignore. So you will start heading to that Church of Scala down by the shore. As for the other group, for Scene and tourists, kind of follow the directions you were given, and you find this establishment that was described to you. And it is definitely a bit larger, a bit taller than some of the buildings nearby, and certainly the other like drinking establishments and inns that you've seen on your way here. It's probably 4 stories tall and like 2 separate buildings kind of set across like a courtyard that kind of makes up like a kind of like a round for the carriages to circle to get esteemed guests as close as possible to the door of each of these establishments. And then there's like a very finely kept like paved walk up to the door, along with kind of a like half-open barn where horses are kept and tended to. So, where would you like to begin to finding Martel?
You said there are like 2 separate towers?
Two separate buildings set across a courtyard, yeah, with like kind of a kind of like a service building kind of bridging the two. So it's like a big C shape. I don't know if I would call them towers.
Okay.
They're both like 5-ish floors.
Oh, okay. Are they just... Which one looks the easiest to just walk on it?
They both look equally inviting, I suppose. There's one that is labeled. There's like a sign kind of hanging out front of one of the doors at the end of one of these walkways that says, what's the word? Admissions is definitely not it. Check in, maybe.
Okay.
Or bookings. We'll go with bookings.
You suppose we should start just over there? And Scene will point to the booking door.
Yes, that sounds splendid.
Right?
All right. And then, yeah, I guess they'll just make their way over to the booking building.
All right. Which of you walks in first?
Scene. Well, Scene would probably hold the door for tourists. So Scene would probably follow tourists in.
And
No, Scene's the famous one. He goes in first.
and have you
Okay, Scene goes in first.
have you popped is Armis accompanying?
You gonna stay far away and just kind of watch comings and goings.
Okay. All right. So, you two walk in, and then there is a fellow behind the counter who's got kind of like tall, scrawny. He's wearing like a waistcoat. He's got very like thin, wire-framed glasses on that hang low on his nose, and he's got his hair tied back in a very like tight ponytail. Showing a fairly pronounced widow's peak. And he takes one glance at each of you and then kind of like looks back down at this ledger, this paper that he is perusing, and says, servants wait outside, please.
Oh, that's
sorry,
so
can you-
funny.
Sorry, I think we probably heard you wrong. Could you repeat yourself?
He like kind of slowly closes the book that he's been looking into, and then kind of like looks back at the two of you, just adjusts his glasses a little bit with one hand, and then he says, I apologize. I will speak up a little bit. Servants wait outside, please.
Scene will look at tourists.
Ooh.
What are we here for again?
Just play along, all right?
I imagine booking, but
No, sorry.
if you are here soliciting, then I will have to ask you to leave as well.
I appreciate your help, but I was sorry. I was talking to my friend here. Can you just give us a sec?
Squincy.
Please. And Scene will like gesture for tourists to have the floor, essentially.
Well, honestly, you should be lucky you're keeping your job today because the reputation certainly should precede the scene of action. And he kind of waves his hands up in the air and kind of in gestures towards Scene. And if you lost, his reservation is going to be your head.
He kind of like takes a breath in. He's just like, and his eyes kind of like flutter a little bit as he's like breathing out in this kind of like annoyed fashion. He's like, from your demeanor, am I to understand that you are performers, perhaps?
Quite so, yes.
This is scene of
Only the
action. He is the
best.
most famous bard in this continent and 9 continents over.
Scene will lower his sunglasses and wink at the guy.
There's a little recoiling, like just his head just moves back a couple of centimeters, and his lip twitches a little bit. Like,
I will have to apologize. I don't keep up with the entertainment.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Sir. I don't mean to cut you off. You seem like a very
his mouth is just
very
like
nice.
hanging open, interrupted mid sentence, like one side slowly like curling up into a very annoyed sneer.
You seem like something's bothering you, and also you seem to think that we were he said servants, right? That's what he said.
Oh, I thought it was a joke at first. He must have his spectacles
I did
checked.
too. What's your prescription?
Mouth still hanging slightly open. He just like reaches down and like flops open the book with a loud thud. He's like,
Let me tell you, nobody knows eyes better than me. And he points at himself, like at his eye. And he'll widen it a little bit.
What was the name on the reservation again?
Well, scene of action, clearly.
Right.
That's AKH SHIN. Space between. Sorry.
he like
Thank you.
slowly turns his head back down to the book. Starts like scanning the sheet. There's a page flip.
Oh, sorry. It must be a little confusing. SEEN. By the way, if you didn't, and he'll point to his eye again.
Looks up, looks back down at the sheet.
Right.
Another page flip. Scanning, page flip.
Scene. Can I approach his thing, like his desk or wherever he is?
Yeah.
Are there chairs in front? Is it just like a standing?
Definitely just like a service desk. There's standing room on your side, there's standing room on his side. And most of it is like pretty low, like kind of waist height. But this ledger that he's reading from is on like a heightened section, like a little bit of a podium.
Can I
that's
reach it?
tilted slightly towards him? And yeah, it's not like it's not
Okay.
super tall or anything. It is tilted slightly away from you, but yes.
Okay. Scene will walk up, take off his sunglasses, and like set them on the book in front that he's looking at. And he'll just look this guy in the eye and be like, "Look, I feel like we got off to a bit of a rocky start, and I'm sorry. I'm not trying to not trying to rub you the wrong way or anything. I'm sure you're very busy. I'm sure that you get a lot of fools walking in here and wasting your time. That's not us. We're not trying to cause you any issues. I can assure you, we're just trying to get checked in, and everything. And we really appreciate your help. If there's anything we can do to make it easier, I'd be more than happy to assist. Can I roll a diplomacy?
Yes, you can.
Hidden?
Yeah, I believe, yes.
Okay.
Oh, it is actually in the open. That's my bad. Jesus.
Hey.
He looks up at you and just like lets out a little bit of a sigh and like,
There's no need to apologize. It is my job to serve our customers but from what I see here, you do not appear to be one, according to our log here. Are you sure that today was the day you were supposed to be checking in?
That's I'm so sorry. This is my tour manager, Turris. Get it? Turris.
That is quite funny.
I was born with a
Thank
name.
you.
Just happenstance.
And he'll be like, he tried to make the booking ahead of time, and you said it was for today for sure, right?
Oh yes, I'm quite sure of it.
We've come quite a ways. I'm so sorry. Is there anything you can do? I've brought all my equipment. I've brought my band and everything, and I know that this is short notice, and I swear there should have been a booking.
Walk-ins. It is fine if we have to make a fresh booking today. That is no problem. I'm happy to help you out with that.
Oh, thank you so much.
Just no worries at all. Of all people, I know that sometimes the help, and he looks over at Turris, then back to you, can be a little unreliable.
Oh, let me tell you,
Drugs.
there's nobody more reliable than this guy.
Of course, of course. Now, I am afraid that our penthouse in both buildings is booked. But,
Both of them?
correct, the one in this building.
By whom even?
I
Yeah,
am
do you mind us asking?
most certain that I cannot give out that information.
Well, they certainly can't be more important than seen.
Kind of looks down and there's this little bit of a eyebrow raise that shows some annoyance from a source that is not you guys. He's like,
Well, the Queen certainly seems to disagree.
but
The Queen. The Queen.
We can get you set up in... We have plenty of nice rooms up on the 4th floor. And we can set you up with a continuous set of rooms to get as close to that experience as possible.
The Queen's not representing both of the people in both of the penthouses. That would be ludicrous.
No, of course, just the one who...
Can you excuse us for just one sec?
No, I wish to know. Which one? Who is so important that you are throwing scene on the 4th floor?
I am quite certain that I cannot reveal that information. That goes against the rules that we have established at our establishment here.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, of course.
Who would we tell?
I just don't...
I-
want...
I'm just saying. What if the situation was reversed? What if you had just been traveling for many days? You expected a booking for a Turris here. Like I said, most reliable tour manager I've ever worked with. All the other ones, it's like they were born yesterday, but this guy, at least a week ago.
Well, thank you.
Wait, how long has it been actually? Like a month?
go ahead and make a diplomacy check for making a request of this guy.
Hidden or in the open?
Open.
And I will... Oh, I don't need aid.
He kind of looks back down at the paper and like takes in a breath, lets out a breath, dips a quill in a inkwell next to the paper and starts like scratching some information down. And he's like, let's see, give me one moment. I have just the man's last name.
Whose name?
Did you hear that? Mr. Mardol Oradine is in town accosting our dear Duchess. Here he's been causing quite the stir, quite the bit of unrest for some folks about town, about the countryside even. He'd probably be staying in some kind of upstanding high service establishment. He continues just like scratching information down, pretending that he's not answering your question. While answering your question.
Okay.
Ugh. He's not above us right now, is he?
Well, if there was such a rumor going around, I certainly could not confirm such a thing.
Curse lightning bolts through the building.
It does come from the top.
Yeah.
What about the other penthouse then? Clearly not as important. Perhaps we can besiege the guest or something.
Even if there has been some sort of to be quite frank, if you were supposed to have this booking and someone has trumped that booking under whatever circumstances, I can assure you that it would not be the other guest. They have been here for a good few days and have minded their manners.
Oh, really? Oh, we're actually we're supposed to be meeting someone here, and they told us they'd be arriving at least a few days before us. And Scene will like kind of trying to like act like he's rejogging his memory of like who this person is. Turris, it was
Flip through a random journal. Oh no, I have it right here somewhere.
Do you? I'm so sorry. Like I said, who are we gonna tell?
I would love to help and be of service, of course. If you would like to leave a message, perhaps with a name or a physical description, I could have it delivered when next I see them. Or if I see the name on our booking list, I can have it delivered personally. I am afraid that we are quite strict about giving out who stays here, even if they claim to be a friend.
If you were, let's say for a minute you're not working at this lovely establishment, and you were just partaking in the sharing of potential rumor of, in a town as lovely as this, with an establishment as doubly lovely as this town, someone taking up one of the penthouses would surely be of some discussion or rumor. If you were such an individual not working at this establishment, who would you rumor could be in this penthouse?
All that I will say is that they are a well-respected figure about Rudel.
Do you respect him?
For my
sounds-
minimal interactions with the fellow, yes.
It certainly sounds like he respects this individual more than the one staying in the penthouse directly above us, eh?
Now, I, of course, have said no such thing. I value our customers.
Can I ask you a question?
I don't see why not.
What does defending a company's policy do for you? Will this company be here for you when you're on your deathbed? Will the boss, the big man upstairs, be here for you?
I have worked here a long 25 years, and I quite enjoy my job. And when my aging father passes, I do suspect that the business will fall to my hands. So I have quite a lot of investment in our policies and our respect. I do apologize.
Well, you can't argue with that, can you, Scene?
I sure can't. I respect a family business. It's as simple as that.
You know, for the horrible mix-up here, I think Scene would be willing to put on a free show.
I'd be happy to.
What kind of show precisely?
Who's your favorite? You're a man. Question mark, is this person is a man, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Seems to be.
Does he have a name tag?
Yeah.
He does not have a name tag.
Does he have a desk tag?
He does not have a desk tag.
Okay. You seem like a man of quite refined taste, obviously. And Scene will like gesture to the room that we're in and how it looks.
I quite like the arts. I do not know many
you-
specific musicians per se.
What?
If
What? Sorry, I'm a little taken aback. I never would have guessed that. I mean, you look like you look like you're into some good stuff.
Yes, Mr.
Well, I am Mr. Arain. Davis Arain.
Can I call you Davis?
That is perfectly fine. Your touring agent here just started off with Mr. I thought I would answer in kind.
Oh, of course. I want to go by what's gonna make you the most comfortable. I'm just in the arts. What is it that you appreciate the most?
He's getting increasingly not uncomfortable with the conversation, but as he's speaking, you get the feeling that he's like trying to keep up with small talk that he doesn't really know what he's talking about. He's like,
Well, there's quite the fine art contemporaries in Rudel are quite something. Excellent renditions of the landscapes around the countryside, around the kingdom. How many did you say you needed rooms for again?
Scene will look back at tourists. How many do we need? How much? 1, 2, us, and maybe some furniture.
Yeah, I assume it already comes pre-furnished.
Right, there
Seem like
are
gestures.
beds.
A door, like shape with his hands or his pseudopods.
You will find that each room has a bed and an armoire and a desk and several chairs.
Could it fit an extra door?
I don't understand.
It's hard.
No.
It's a part of our performance. It's
There's plenty of space to lean up a door, I do suppose.
okay.
Perhaps just the one room scene. I mean, I can find something else in town for all the mix-ups.
Modifications would be strictly not allowed.
Yeah, no, of course. Mr. Davis, is there anything you can do for us? I know we've taken up a lot of your time. And I hate to ask, but is there anything that you can you work with us on this mix-up?
Yes, of course.
Well,
I can give you the 2 rooms for the price of 1 to accommodate for this mix-up, however it may have occurred. And he shoots another kind of stinging glance towards Turris.
Just smiles back. Play him a little something. You know, you said you'd perhaps put on a free show. Give him a taste.
Oh yeah, of course.
That
Here,
really
give me
isn't
just a sec.
necessary. I would just like to
He'll
make sure that
he'll
you
pull out
are
his loot.
taken care of and seen to your rooms. You don't.
Trust me, your guests are going to love this. I promise.
You truly do not
He's
need
gonna
to
pull
put
out
on
his
any
loot and
kind
just
of,
start. Oh no.
Lower the lights! Lower the lights!
I mean,
I'm re-rolling.
okay.
That's not much better.
He does
aid.
start. Go ahead. He does start politely nodding along as you are playing, and with Turris kind of like hyping you up, he gets more into it and starts kind of like clapping along a little bit. You can tell that this is not a man who he doesn't know how to act at a concert.
Yeah.
He's like the facade of someone who is like clapping along to a song at like a more raucous end. That really was actually quite good. I can see that. You have earned your acclaim. I will have to discuss the idea of this free concert. Even though it is quite a generous offer, I do still have to get that approved. And I will look into that and have a message sent to your room regarding offer.
Are you not the son of the proprietor here, Rain Senior?
I am, but I am not in a position to make those kinds of determinations. We don't have live music often. We like to keep a particular aesthetic here. And so I just have to double check. And he takes 2 keys from kind of like behind the desk and leaves kind of puts up a little
he turn
placard.
around?
Yeah, he grabs those keys, he turns around to grab this placard that he's going to set on the counter that says like
away momentarily.
Okay. Is the book still open?
Yeah.
Okay. Scene is going to Scene's sunglasses would still be just sitting on the book. And Scene will just like, as this guy's turning around, just like kind of lean over to try and look at the book.
Just give me a
But
perception
he's
check.
gonna try and yeah. I'm assuming not hidden for this.
Correct. I mean, technically it probably should be, but whatever. Yes, you do see written, there's on the page there's like a date line from like yesterday, and then like a date marker for today. And towards the end of the bookings yesterday, you do see a Martel Ordine in a room 2501.
Okay. What floor are we?
Or I
What-
guess it
what-
would be 1501. That makes
Okay.
more sense.
Yeah.
Cool. And then Scene would just pick up his sunglasses and put them back on.
Yes. He has fetched the keys. He sets the placard down. If you will follow me, I will show you to your rooms. And as
Okay.
he does so, walks you up to the rooms.
Did I
Just
really quickly?
Yeah.
Could I also see? Was it on the page for the like penthouses or no?
It goes by date, and then by like date, and then there's like name, room number, cost.
Could I have looked for like the highest cost and maybe like from a few days ago?
That would not be on this page.
Oh, I'll go fetch some of our stage equipment and meet you two up there. What room number was it again?
It would be 1405 and 1406.
Can you remind me what the room number of the person is?
1501,
1501, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
1501. Okay. Yeah. Do I have to? One sec. What is this?
And as he's leading you up, you go up like a set of stairs. That does not seem to go all the way up. It stops on the 4th floor, this set of stairs.
Okay.
And then he leads you down that hallway, and you do see all the rooms here are labeled like 14 something.
Okay.
And then you get
While they're up doing that, I would have like pretended to walk out of the main door, and then as soon as they're gone, I'm gonna walk back in.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast message at the at Scene and ask him if he did see the Martel's room number.
What's funny is Scene was going to wait until he got in the room and then send a message to to Turris. Yeah, man, it was 1501, I think.
Well, no, I'll give him an affirmative. Kind of look around to see if there's anyone else watching or anything like that.
no one else in this room at the moment.
All right. In which case, I'm gonna go to the key rack and see if there's an extra key for 1501.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. And do actually make it hidden.
Hidden. And how will I know if I want to re-roll it?
Technically, you just can't re-roll hidden checks, I don't think. But is there a result under which you would like to reroll?
I'm going to. I saw where he pulled the keys from, right?
Yeah, I mean it's very easy to kind of look across this grid. It's mostly if you get there in time, I suppose. So you are kind of going through the keys, and it isn't in the kind of nice, convenient order of like, all right, 1100 on the bottom row, 1200 on the next row, whatever. It's like in kind of a it's just in a different sequence than you would expect. So you're kind of like looking around, trying to figure out where the penthouse keys are on this rack, and then you then realize the penthouse keys aren't on this rack. There is no there's no 1500 or 2500 on this rack. And then you hear footsteps approaching the door to this office from the hallway beyond, where you saw Scene and Mr. Orain go before.
Is there anywhere it seems like they might be keeping them?
Give me one more perception check. There are a couple of drawers kind of behind the podium section where there are there's a section to a couple of like locked drawers there, mostly quite small. And they're not like labeled or anything, but that is your best guess.
Okay, in which case I'll bolt out of there and return to looking like a hotel guest.
Okay. So he comes back in the door and then gives you a little nod. Like,
I thought that you are going to come up yourself, but I can show you to the room.
follow me.
Very well.
That will be, and I assume that you will handle this as the touring manager. The normal cost is 5 gold per night per room. You are, of course, getting the 2-for-1 deal that I mentioned earlier, so it will be 5 gold.
Oh, yes, of course. Do we pay at the end of our stay?
Generally, you up front. We can go night by night, but I will expect payment up front for each night.
Very well. He'll produce 5 gold and give it to the man.
He takes it.
It's like, after all, even touring managers of even respectable musicians can turn out to be a little forgetful from time to time.
This way. And he will lead you up to the room. There are the 2 rooms right next to each other. And you guys can make yourselves comfortable for a minute while we shift focuses back to Steris and Turkan.
Ooh, they have a mini bar!
I hope it doesn't auto charge you when you take something.
Oh, yes, those are the worst.
Steris and Turkan, you make your way down towards the kind of like lakeside section of the town. There is a street that just goes like right along kind of the coast, all the way up to the wall of the castle and all the way to the wall of the town. There are quite a few like docks and things, kind of for part of what you can see. There's quite a few like docks jutting into the lake from here. And quite a bit of hustle and bustle down here as well. After a couple of minutes of walking, following the directions that you received to find Scala's, the Church of Scala here, you do find the big stone building that was described to you. With kind of like pretty angled roofs of a very like surprisingly tall steeple for how not very huge the building is. It's maybe only like 25, 30 feet long, and maybe like 10 feet. Yeah, maybe like 15 feet wide. So this is not like a huge building, but the like top of the steeple is almost as tall as the building is long.
Well, all right. I had imagined her going in and trying to find some kind of priestess or priest, and she would approach them if I'm able to locate them.
Yeah, you are able to enter. There are a couple of people praying here, which, after traveling through Lanova and going to some of these more rundown churches of the Four, like most of the time they did not have a whole lot of visitors while you were there. So even though Rurith was having this big push to have these churches renovated, always like espousing the teachings of the Four, it seems like, at least at first glance, your first experience kind of stepping into this church, it seems like maybe the people here are more passively interested in that actual like worship. There's a good, again, fairly small building, but there's a good like 15 people here kind of discussing with each other. Some are like praying, some are just like walking around, kind of taking in the art around the room, the like reliefs in here. And yes, you are able to... a couple of the people kind of milling about in here do appear to be wearing, clerical robes of Skala.
Okay. Steris will turn to Turkon as we're entering and encourage him to be on his best behavior. And she'll approach and greet them, stating that we're new to Rudel and wanted to pay our respects.
Go ahead.
I'll let them respond first.
Yeah, this sort of like older woman kind of like turns and looks a little bit surprised, taking both of you in. You did draw some attention as you entered, of course. She kind of like bows her head. She's like, "It is wonderful for visitors to want to pay their respects on the way through, of course. I'm happy to help with that any way that I can. Are you believers of followers of Skala then?"
I would say we respect her and her teachings. We happen to be here upon the urgings of some, I don't know what to call them, a protector of these lands. My friend here ran into one, and I thought it might be a good idea to pay some respects lest we incur their anger again.
And when you say protectors, they kind of like, there are two of these priests here. They kind of like give each other a glance. One of them kind of like brow furrowed. And the older one kind of looks back to you and nods. He's like, "Certainly paying respects does not hurt. I have a feeling that if they have left you on your way, then then they have not sensed any immediate cause for harm or alarm coming from you. But of course, feel free to make your prayer here."
And we will. Although, having some guidance on how exactly we can avoid such an encounter in the future would be helpful. were new to these lands and therefore not familiar with the custom.
Well, that's an interesting thing. Most of us have not had direct contact with any of these protectors. Most don't think them any more than rumor, I suppose. A child's fantasy to help them feel safe, to maybe explain why Rudel has remained relatively independent for so long. Most of the time, avoiding them goes without saying. Most of the time, it is not a consideration or a concern.
Interesting. Perhaps my friend here read some fairy tales I was unaware of and told me a story. Regardless, we'll pay our respects just to be sure.
Of course. She kind of, looks kind of like deep in thought for a moment. Let me know if there is anything you need, anything that we can help with.
Any additional stories about these protectors would be interesting. I'd hate for my friend to get the better of me with another tall tale, because I simply haven't read them myself.
Well, there are stories that this land is blessed not only by Scala, but by all of the poor in some way. And that it needs special watching over. And so these protectors, they do not meddle in mundane affairs, things like thieves and bandits coming and going, but things like monsters who have their roots in evil sources. People who mean ill of the poor and mean to directly challenge their path, that kind of thing.
Well, then we shouldn't be facing any trouble. And that just affirms that this was indeed a fib on your part, right, Targon? Steris is kind of trying to eye to you to keep the lie going.
No, what?
See, he's already forgotten. He can't even keep track of the stories he's told. Regardless, thank you for the
I'm a
information.
natural orator.
Yes, indeed.
Let me just take a little look here. Your deception is quite good.
I am happy to roll it.
She is going to try to pierce the truth of, and she does not succeed. She chuckles a little bit, and she's like,
regardless of how this flight of fancy or dream came about, perhaps it just means that they mean to keep an eye on you. If it was some kind of dream or something popping out of your subconscious, maybe just be on your best behavior while you're in town.
Sound advice. And Steris will make her way to depart from the conversation and try to take in some of the relief work and any kind of murals, things like that are adorning the temple here.
yeah, sometimes some churches of the poor cover very specific content. this is not really one of those churches. It's like got some kind of usual imagery of like paying homage to the seasons and just like time passing. So there is like kind of basically pictures around the room that cover like the intersection of Scala and the others of the four. So there's kind of this repeated imagery of this like tree over time, of like a sapling growing and like seasons passing, it giving fruit, it losing its leaves. And along these murals, there's kind of like a town kind of growing up behind the tree as well. And like you can spot fields in the background of these pictures coming to bear their own fruit at the same time. People kind of like gathering around this tree and everything. And the tree kind of eventually kind of falling in the last picture, kind of like a picture of like a dead tree with like further life kind of growing on it and coming back. A lot of like kind of surprising life imagery in this Church of Scala, but all kind of showing the passage of time and that trying to convey basically like cycles and inevitability and like what can come of that inevitability, I suppose.
Beautiful. After taking in the imagery, she'll then approach. I don't know if there's like a depiction of Scala here, or if there's like a specific area that's designated for worship. But she'll go there to pray.
Yeah, there is a fairly large, probably like, maybe this is why the roof is so tall. There's like a 15-foot statue of Scala at the back, holding like, it's like this kind of like long flowing hair over the, kind of like flows over her shoulders and like over her back. These very kind of sharp, striking eyes, kind of almost... The depictions of the four change depending on where you are quite a bit, but there are some almost elven features to her that are like a little bit more softened to look like a little bit more human. And there is no color anywhere on the statue, but... Let's see. I'm trying to remember who rolled which perception checks while looking over the art prior.
Oh, jeez. I know I read the like day-to-day journal.
Yeah.
And didn't glean much from it, but I was asking about specific things. And then
okay. Just
like
go ahead
journal.
And roll me a perception check. Hidden one, if you
Will
don't mind.
do.
Okay. Okay, openly in the previous session talked about, I'm pretty sure it was to Isha, to some of the similarities that some of the art had depicting like the young girl in some of those pictures and Scala for like one particular portrayal. And you clock a little bit of that. You're like, huh, the way the hair is kind of falling here is like a little bit familiar to some of those pictures, but you don't pick out the direct similarity right away. Yes, she's holding like in I think this one is just kind of holding an hourglass with like both hands. One like cupping the top, one cupping the bottom, and holding it just like directly in front of like kind of like the bottom of her ribs, just like in front of her belly a little bit.
Okay. Perfect. Is there like if there's like a specific offering like table or something, she'll put it there, but if not, maybe just at the base of the statue. Stairs will place the hourglass that we traded as a joke between me and Isha before she gives her prayer. And then in her prayer that she sends to Scala, she'll state that we travel here to Rudel seeking answers on how we can defeat the Seraph. Any harm you perceive that we're doing, know that it's not our intention. We're in the dark on a lot of what's happening, but I'm praying to you in hopes that you can light our path towards how we can intervene and save this world.
Go ahead and make a
Religion?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you make that prayer. Turcom, what are you doing while Steris is doing this?
Closely observing everybody.
Okay.
I guess muttering under my breath to Vescal. What am I doing here?
As Steris is kneeling and praying, you see across the room there is like there is an older gentleman who's just like looking up at one of the art pieces on the wall, kind of like hands clasped behind his back. And then Steris is kneeling there praying, and then he kind of like turns his head to look over directly at Steris. Yeah, go ahead and make me just a... Because this won't make it obvious. Go ahead and just make me a will save. Or I guess perception check.
Me?
You go from will save to perception check.
Yeah. I was getting some things mixed up.
Is perception the weird one for rolling?
It isn't a skill, if that's what you mean. It's like over on the left bar of your sheet.
Yeah, there's like a whole box underneath your armor class that's perception.
Okay. So you do notice that this old man kind of just like turns and stares at Steris' back for a good 5 or so seconds. And then like as soon as Steris kind of like lifts her head and finishes the prayer, he kind of like turns his head up, like Stairs' head starts to move, his head turns back up to the art, kind of like above one of the windows.
I'm gonna squint at him and then direct Steris's head towards him.
One of my snakes nips at your finger. That's like, what?
He was staring at you.
Okay. Do I recognize him?
You look at him, and like, as you're like turning your head to look at him, from your peripheral vision, you see this bit of. It's like your eyes land on him, and you were expecting to see this. The angular features of an elf with like a shock of very, very electric blue hair coming off the back of the head. But when you look at him, he's like a balding old man.
Interesting. Steris will avert her gaze quickly and tell Tarkon that she doesn't recognize him and that our business here is done.
Grunt an affirmation.
And then she'll kind of keep a eye as they're exiting on this figure. And then once we're further away, she'll explain to Turkon that the Axiomite is absolutely tailing us. So we should continue to be on our best behavior. I also wanted to ask Turkon that when he encountered the Axiomite the first time, I can't recall if you told us in your story if other people were around, but did the other people seem to notice if they were around?
I don't know. Do I need to roll to see if Turkon noticed that, or
there were a ton of other people around. Let's go ahead and roll. I'm gonna say
you were like stealing food and stuff.
I will just tell you what Varys said.
I remember. I just don't remember. I don't know if Turkon will remember or notice.
I mean, Varys said that it was pretty obvious and that you did notice. I have that written down.
Okay. Then yes, nobody was noticing.
Okay. And when you were paying attention in the room, did other people seem to acknowledge that gentleman?
Other than me, no.
Yeah, he was like off on his own at the time. Earlier, it seemed like he was chatting with someone in there.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
So Steris will kind of theorize out loud to Turkon that it seems like these Axiomites are able to take on different forms. Perhaps they can only reveal themselves to whom they choose, but can also interact with others if they so choose. They're paying attention to us, which I can't decide if is a good or bad thing yet. Perhaps we should game plan having a conversation with one. I'm curious how many there are. In the stories the priest was talking about, it seems like there was like a faction of them. But who knows? We'll have to see what else we can dig up.
Very well.
All right. Where do you guys head next? We'll probably switch gears again, but I just want to have an idea of where you guys are off to.
Yeah, real. I would also like to have an idea of where I'm off to.
If you're not sure yet, totally fine.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay. All right. Scene enters. You are in the inn. You've gotten to your rooms. I imagine you have gotten to the same room at this point.
Yeah.
What would you guys like to do from here?
I think we're gonna go take a look at the general layout of the inn.
Okay.
Yeah.
And see if we can't find a place that would be an appropriate stage for a show.
I think your Discord volume fluctuates the most of any of the people in this
Me?
campaign. Yeah.
Oh well,
you're-
fun fact. I had that new computer and I set my mic up on that one, and this is my old computer again.
I see. Okay. All right.
And tomorrow I'm getting my motherboard back, so I'm gonna be switching back to my new computer tomorrow.
All right. I will expect to change it again next week. All right. Yeah, you guys are able to scope out pretty quickly. There's only a couple of doors on this floor that don't have room numbers. And you find one, like there's one that just has oddly kind of like opens up into like a mini kitchen all the way up here on the 4th floor. There is like just a supplies closet and a few other like storage rooms on this floor. And then there is one door that has no room number on it, but does have a lock on it.
I need a skeleton key.
And that one is over close to the stairs.
You said it was locked?
It is, yes.
And is there any stair like to the next level?
There is no obvious stairs to the next level.
Is there like some sort of elevator, a lift or something in the first floor?
There is not.
We're on the 4th floor. There's no lift on the 1st floor. No obvious way to the penthouse. Is what I'm gathering here.
Yeah. I would
What
say
about
this
the other building?
locked, unlabeled door is next to the stairs is the obvious way to the penthouse.
That's what I was thinking. Number 2. Okay. So if we can get the key should open this. And then there's a storage room / mini kitchen like directly under this as well.
Correct.
Or next to
There
it?
is like a small kitchen on this floor, yes.
Is there like a bar or anything inside the inn as well?
No. No, there's no like drinking establishment as part of this.
They say it's high class. Wow. Okay. Well, you could set up in here. It would be close enough to the penthouse.
I was wondering if we could, maybe if we could even get in to, or get to the penthouse doors. Maybe we could offer to host it in there.
This Martel individual, that was his name, right, Martel?
Mardle.
Artle.
Smart.
You're
Smartle individual. That's the accent. Martel. Smartle individual seems a little what's the word? Weasley, from what I've been told.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we should lure him out. I can sneak in and try to find any documents or anything while he's gone.
We can also do it outside. Out front, in front of the building. That way, while you're sneaking around, everyone will be out here. Could work. Could be a bit.
I like it. Let's try it.
Do you think we should do it now, or?
Better now than never, right?
Yeah, that's true. What if we made flyers and slipped them under all the doors?
I'm afraid I don't have any magic spells to create a number of flyers for a concert, but that is something we could work on.
Is there anything I can roll to see if there's like a print shop?
There is definitely a print shop in town.
I could run to the print shop in town real quick.
I merely think you need to play loud enough so that the entire building hears you. That would be good promotional material itself, wouldn't it?
I was just wondering if maybe if the people in the penthouse aren't gonna come out with that alone. What if we bring some flyers around town and hand them out or pin them up? Maybe drawing enough of a crowd outside will lure them out even easier.
Is the plan to draw this man out by hosting a show in the courtyard?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If you give me an hour, I can go around town and start a bit of a rumor that you're going to be playing in front of the hotel, the inn.
Yeah, sounds good. I can probably at least go get some flyers and stick them under doors for the other residents here.
You guys having this conversation outside that locked door?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
This would definitely be back in the room.
Okay.
That was our light perusing of the area to see what we're working with.
Roger.
Wait a minute. Is there? Actually, I'll say this in character. Are there windows in the penthouse, do you think?
Oh, I'm sure of it.
They're definitely.
You could probably even have seen the penthouse I'm walking in, right?
Yeah. There's like these kind of really bad with architecture words. There's the slant of the roof, right? Slanting down.
Yeah.
Steep slant of the roof. There are spots where that like juts out with another like roofed section for just like big tall windows from the penthouse.
Okay. So like we can see him
Yes.
from the outside. how high up would you say they are from the floor?
5 floors, so about 50, 60 feet from like the courtyard.
Is there any way I can get up higher than that?
These are the tallest buildings in this part of town, and certainly on this block. Which isn't a no, but it's a... I'm not sure. I don't have an easy route for that.
I have a question.
Yes.
What? Well, this is for my player characters more than you, GM. What are y'all hoping to do once you get in the room? Like, you're wanting to get him out?
Steal as many documents as possible, yeah.
Okay.
And money. You know, I want to recoup my 5 gold that I paid for this room.
Oh, Scene would give Turris 5 gold.
No. I want his 5 gold, not your 5 gold.
Okay.
Nice.
In fact, I want, if he has more than 5 gold, I would in fact like more than 5 gold from this man.
Okay.
Hmm.
I just
Especially
want to make
because we
sure
don't
I'm
have a-
following.
Hey, this is like the banking guy or whatever, the whole play. He's got to have some money.
He's currently responsible for conscripting people to the army.
That doesn't mean he doesn't get some cash that he brings around
You're
town.
not wrong. He probably has some money.
I bet he takes their money. The people he conscripts.
It's how he just skims a little off the top.
Yeah. This is
Calls it
definitely what
An
Scene
enlistment
thinks.
fee, and it's just...
That would
Yeah.
be
the money.
The
wild.
enlistment fee is fake.
Yeah, it's fake.
If it was a 80s
Uh,
Disney show, definitely.
For sure. I just had an idea. I'll be right back. I'm gonna run down to the lobby real quick.
Okay.
Scene's gonna run downstairs.
Okay.
Is Davis still there?
Yes. Yeah, when you come in, he kind of like sets the quill on like the little quill stand. I don't know what you call that. And like looks kind of over to you. It's like,
Oh, yes, how can I help?
Yeah. Do you have a roof?
There is a roof
Like,
on
do
the
you have like
establishment.
rooftop access?
No, the roof is rather steep. Really quite inconvenient to have it surfaced after the winter.
Do you have any like meeting rooms, ballrooms,
We don't.
big open spaces?
There's the courtyard, but we don't host many events here precisely, I would say. So there aren't
Okay.
facilities like that, per se.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm bad with numbers. What floor are we on again? Like what
Right.
what level
Right now we are on
of the building?
the first floor.
No,
Your rooms are on the
I know where we.
fourth floor.
Oh, okay. What about the penthouses? Where are they?
He
I'm-
kind of squints a little bit.
My
Penthouses are on the highest floor, which in this establishment, it's the 5th floor. That the penthouses are on.
Oh, that. Okay. Sorry, I'm. My tour manager and I, we were having a debate. Him and I, one of our, you wouldn't think it, especially for someone who is self-proclaimed bad with numbers. We love architecture. Him even more so.
Right.
You'd say he lives and breathes it, even.
It's strange for a tour manager, I would say.
Yeah. So anyway,
You really should get some more focused help that specializes more in the appropriate field. You probably have a fondness for him, and that's fine.
it adds to the artistic process.
Does it?
You gotta pull in all sorts of worldviews.
Can I just ask we're asking about the pet. Please don't harass.
No.
Customers that we have in the
I
penthouse.
promise. Okay, let me explain. We were having a debate talking about how we're trying to figure out if this is the tallest building in town, and he was saying by far it is. It has 5 floors, and I was like, well, are you sure? It doesn't look like we're that high up. And like I said, I'm bad with numbers. He's kind of good with them. And I was saying, I thought I saw a taller building, but I'll be honest, I think I was looking at a tree from far away. I probably need to get my eye checked out.
Taller buildings in the town. Certainly. But yes, we are 5 stories up.
Oh, really?
You are 4 stories up. Some of the roofs around in the rest of town can kind of cut off the view, make it seem like perhaps you're not so high up. But you should have a lovely view of the lake.
Oh, that
Should have
Can I dive out my window into the lake?
No, your balcony is
Like cannonball?
over the courtyard. Sir, please do not dive off of your balcony, but you should be able to see the lake quite well. When the sun sets, there's a nice bouncing of the light of the sunset on the lake, and it looks very nice. So you can enjoy that view. The lake is about 500 feet that way, so you wouldn't be able to make that jump, and it would be quite the mess. Please do not try to dive off the balcony.
Okay, good to know.
And
Are you a big geography guy? You seem like it.
well, I know where the local landmarks are, you could say.
Better than me.
Right. Anyway, so your tour manager, he also has a bit of a balcony on his side that has a nice view of the mountain. That
We
will
might have to
not
trade.
make you
He has more of an affinity for lakes.
right. Is
Um,
there anything else I can help you with?
I'm so sorry. Yeah, thank you so much. I did not mean to take up so much of your time.
You're totally fine.
Sorry. Give me one sec. And Scene will dig into his like coin pouch, and give this guy 3 gold, and be like, "Thank you
don't
so
need
much.
to-
I know we've bothered you. No, here you go.
Thank you.
You're doing
thank you.
great work. I know we've bothered you a lot. I'm so sorry.
Right. No problem.
Yeah. Can you direct me to the to the local print shop?
Yes, he will give you directions.
Thank you.
Very, very
Thank
confused.
you so
He will
much.
give you directions. The print house, by the way, will can get you a set of flyers, whatever the number, in 2 days.
2 days?
They're not working with the Xerox over here.
They don't got that express printing.
They gotta make the wooden blocks for the printing.
Oh,
Take some
not
work.
The wooden. Man.
So,
That's a rush
so what
order.
we're gonna have to
Man.
do is open up a print shop in the tower.
Oh my god. Go knock on the
Magical
guy's
print shop.
door.
What's funny is this is not the first time in this campaign. Well, in the greater campaigns.
yes.
Okay.
I will also say, this guy is a grouch and kind of a shithead, and probably will not come out for your concert.
Even if you gave him a flyer.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. You could annoy him a lot with a concert.
part of the
Ooh, you
plan.
can credit that.
Yeah, that's part of the plan, actually. That's
Before-
Why
half of the
don't you
plan.
give him a private performance?
Before could also lock him in the tower. I'm
Does
just
Curse
joking.
want that?
No grouches.
Uh-oh.
Scene would, before he leaves, he's like about to walk out the door, and then he turns back around. He's like, is Davis Senior around anywhere?
He is at home at present. He'll be here in the morning. About an hour before dawn.
Okay. Does he like music?
Oh no.
Okay.
Not a particularly joyful man.
Unlike you.
Right. Yes.
Davis, I'm so sorry. We're really not trying to waste your time. He just kind of like stands there thinking for a sec. If there was a performance,
I have not gotten that approved.
I know I'm just saying hypothetically.
Right.
Would you be willing to attend, hang out, see what we got going on? Is there anything you'd like? I take requests.
Well, I don't know terribly many songs. I would certainly make an appearance, especially if I am no longer on duty.
When's that?
I kind of like looks outside. It's like, I'm here until about 8 o'clock, and then we have another associate that takes the in-between hours.
And what's their name?
Her name is Ryan.
Okay. Got it. All right, thanks. Once again, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for intriguing. I feel like I'm just taking more of your time right now. So yeah, I'll let you go. Okay. Yep. And he'll just like back out of the door and like wave.
We'll give him a little wave.
Question.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go outside of the building.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna like look up. Are the window for the penthouse and our like balconies on the same side?
The penthouse has windows all along the outside. And definitely
Okay, and that's on the 5th floor?
correct.
How far between the 4th floor and the 5th floor?
It's like about 10 feet.
Okay.
Armis is still standing in the
Um,
courtyard, I think.
Is Turris good at crafting?
I think so.
Yes. Yeah.
Where can I go buy the equivalent of like paper and pencil?
Paper and pencil.
Or pen,
Very,
markers.
There's plenty around.
Cat for like 20 pieces of paper and 2 of some writing utensil.
It's like-
how much would that be?
Like a silver.
Okay, I will subtract a silver. Scene is gonna come back. We'll say that this whole thing probably took like an hour for Scene.
Okay.
So if Turris wanted to go do what he was gonna do,
Would Turris like to go do what he was going to do?
Scene,
Sure.
I don't know what he was going to do.
I'm curious as well.
oh, I thought you said you were gonna like go around town and try and
Yeah.
build up like.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm not trying to lead your decision. I'm just.
No, I said I would go do it.
For the sake of brevity, we can bring that down to a roll. However you'd like to sow that rumor, which I imagine is going to be diplomacy or deception, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Either one.
Oh, this concert's happening. It's diplomacy.
I guess weirdly you could also use gossip lore. Roll apparently made my computer kick on the fans. Okay. Yes, you were able to spread news about this concert. You get a lot of surprised looks when you tell people where it's happening. Harrison,
And every time I'll be like, they're trying something new. You'll love it.
yes, it's of course. Steris and Turkon, what? Where are we headed?
So I had imagined that Turgon and Steris were kind of walking out of the temple, and Steris, when she feels like she's gotten far enough away from the Axiomite, regales Turkon with her theories, and then she kind of stops dead in her tracks, and she'll turn to Turkon and tell him that it's very unlikely, or relatively unlikely, that we'll be able to encounter another Axiomite again, let alone identify it as one. Perhaps we should seize this opportunity now and try to have a conversation. Maybe since you got on its bad side before, you can stay nearby?
Sure.
Unless you want to try to apologize directly. That doesn't
That's
really
totally
seem like
what I
your
did.
style. So she'll like about face, leaving Turkon outside.
Okay.
And she'll re-enter the temple and see if the figure has moved from their spot.
He has not. When you enter, he kind of like turns to you. And then kind of like rights himself to be facing in your direction. And the little disguise kind of melts, and you feel a little bit of like just a vague moment of dizziness. And then the Axiomite says, I rather thought I was spotted.
You were only spotted with help from my perceptive friend. Are you the same one that had approached him earlier?
I am not.
There's a little nod to herself. So my suspicions about us being tailed perhaps weren't grounded in reality.
It would be disingenuous for me to suggest that we are not keeping an eye on you. I believe
We knew.
my companion told your friend as much.
Indeed.
It was a lovely prayer you gave.
Thank you. It's one I hope can build a bridge between my group and yours, perhaps? We come here seeking of ways to stop the Seraph. Something I can guess that we both agree on.
She kind of gives like a slow nod. She's like,
Is an existential threat to all of us. But you come wrapped in the world that was, nearly every single one of you.
And I can understand how you lot would consider that a threat. But though our beliefs may differ, we're united in our goal.
I fear for where we end up. You are the victors over the Seraph. There are the forces around you seem very powerful and would very much like to take the world back from the Four. That is hard to trust.
Indeed. Can you also see it, perhaps, from their perspective? It being hard to trust that the Four would support them in defeating the Seraph? If we're too focused on who comes out on top at the end, neither parties, perhaps, will. I'm not saying we're against or looking to overthrow the Four specifically, but we have to find a way to overcome what we're facing. And being too focused on the end goal of what things look like after gets in the way of us taking action now.
go ahead and make a diplomacy check to make an impression. Just so
Okay.
I have an idea of where this contentious idea is falling with her ears.
Okay.
Okay. There's this like look of her grappling with something, and her like brow kind of furrows and like nostrils flare a little bit. You can see that she's kind of like gritting her teeth a little bit, and then kind of like all at once her shoulders slump, and she's like, "It is painful to be
Tried it in such a way by one so young. For a truth so obvious.
I can't take credit for all my wisdom. I was raised by a woman very devout to Denala, and I thank her for it.
Denala always did favor cooperation.
Is that something we can try to arrange? Cooperation? I don't know what you protectors look like, how you're organized, and certainly don't need to know all the information. I can understand wanting to keep some things to yourselves. But if we are united in the same goal, perhaps we can come to an agreement of how to work together?
I will start by righting a misconception that you seem to have. We are Skala's enforcers. If you meet a defender, it will not be quite so talkative. If you cross their mission, you will find it hard to negotiate with them. Although so far your mission seems to align with theirs.
Blessing to be sure. So a defender and enforcer. I'm learning a lot already.
We'll discuss with the others. If we come up with a way that we can help you, that does not go against our codes, then we will do so. But I will not break Skala's laws to help your cause, no matter how just and correct it may be.
I can respect that. You likely already know this, but we're staying in the Duchess's palace. If you need to send a message, you can send it there.
She nods. We will keep less of a critical eye on you, but we will still... We'll be keeping an eye on the situation.
As to be expected.
We'll try to look for excuses to help, rather than hinder.
Much appreciated. Stairs will give them a kind of parting bow and make her way back out of the temple.
She'll bow back, and when she stands up straight, she is the old man again. Kind of like goes and looks up at the art, and there's kind of this another little bit of like dizziness and almost this feeling of like your ears popping, and like all of the other conversation around you kind of like pops back into your ears. You realized after a moment just how silent it had become while you were having that discussion with her.
And Stersel collect Turkon outside and tell him that the conversation was successful and we at least have something to report back on. Perhaps we should make our way back.
Was the time like noticeable for conversation, or did it happen in an instant?
I don't think it's a situation where the conversation happened in an instant or anything like that. No time pause shenanigans here. So you notice time passing as usual. It took about probably 5 minutes.
Okay. So yeah, we should probably head back and let them know.
Hopefully Turris and Scene are having success in interrogating Martel. That's not what they're doing at all. That's what Steris assumed.
We'll be successful.
Oh yeah, in your own special way.
I felt a little pointed.
It is a shame to ignore that transition hook, but I would like to check with Isha. Isha, you said you were going back to the tower.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to do there?
Normal Isha things, probably.
Would it be funny if I just said no?
It would be a little.
I sort of expected you to say no.
Isha likes to be the very last thing that happens in session.
I don't, actually.
I'm so sorry we've taken so long on this.
Yeah, I don't care, Konnor, it's fine. Yeah, I'm just I walk up to Moratan. I scale the wall up towards her.
Yeah, she kind of shifts, stands up, acknowledges your presence.
Isha produces a ring from one of her wing fingers. I require you to deliver this for me.
Kind of looks down at it. Her very large claws, feet, kind of like one of them comes up and very delicately plucks the ring.
And in exchange, I'll allow you to torment someone.
Her already bright eyes kind of light up a little bit.
I suspect that you will have quite the time with this one. Assuming the others haven't already tasked you with something, perhaps? I see that they have busied Anha with reading books.
I believe that I can accomplish their tasks as well as this.
What is their task of you?
They want me to peek into some dreams.
It is unnecessary to peek into these one's dreams, I can assure you.
Perhaps I will visit both. While the invitation is extended.
If you insist. Take that ring to Prepare Wolf. Tell him that things are only as true as they need to be. And then you are free to torment Myrtle or Odin.
We'll seek both out at dusk.
And then I leave.
All right. Back at concert prep. First and Scene, what are you up to?
Scene, while Turris has been out, has been in the room trying to draw his own flyers.
Okay.
Probably about 10 of them. Would you like a crafting check?
Sure. They don't look professional. They have a certain character.
Perfect. Yeah, it would just be seen in the middle, like pretty much looks like a kid tried to draw like Mike Wazowski, with like a really bad guitar. And then it says like concert tonight in the plaza, or in the outside of the inn.
Okay.
And after doing 10 of those, would wait for Turris to get back and see if he's willing to quickly draw up 10 better ones.
What the? I've never seen. I see an exclamation mark on. Now it's fine, I guess. Discord was freaking out there for a minute. Hi. An exclamation mark on your name in Discord.
Yeah, that was weird.
Weird.
Did you catch that request?
Yes. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
I heard your Discord connect noise.
Yeah, what the heck?
It's all coming apart.
At the seams.
Okay. These are much better looking. They don't appear to be crafted by an expert, but they do all look fairly consistent. They, they've got some indie class and charm to them, and yeah, they look pretty good.
Those look great.
Oh, I could do better, but they will suffice.
All right, I'm gonna. Here, we'll leave. Do you know how many rooms are in this place, excluding the penthouses?
I do some building maths, being a building and all.
Yeah, there's like 6 rooms on each floor in both buildings. I don't know. It's like there's about 50. We'll call it about 50.
About 50.
It's actually like 45, but it's fine.
Actually, 45.
Okay, that's fine. I only got 20 sheets. So Scene is going to take Scene will take all of his bad ones and like 6 of Turris's good ones. And he's just gonna tell Turris, like, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go toss these under some doors. Hold on to those. And Scene will just go quickly slide these like flyers under the doors.
Excellent.
And then he'll go back to the room. All right. Let me see some of those. And he'll grab the remaining 4, go out onto the balcony, and he's going to telekinetic projectile them up to the windows of the penthouses.
Okay.
So he's gonna take 2 of them and squish them up into like balls, like just like crushed pieces of paper.
Okay.
He's going to shoot them at the windows of the penthouses.
A couple of the windows on this. Oopsies.
And then
A
he's
couple
going
of the windows
to
on this
do
side
it
of the
with.
building are open.
Huh?
A couple of the windows on this side of the building are open.
Nice. Like the penthouse ones?
Yes.
In that case, I'm not going to crumple any of them up. I'll just keep them all unfolded and just telekinetic projectile them like 2 apiece into the different penthouse rooms.
Wonderful. They fly in without issue.
Sweet. Scene will look back at Turris and give 2 thumbs up.
We'll return the 2 thumbs up.
I guess we should go get ready.
It does seem to be about time.
And we are still hoping that Martel comes out to you guys at the concert.
Well, I got some backup plans if he doesn't, but that'll be okay. We'll see.
Okay.
You guys made him a flyer.
Go
Of course he's
ahead.
gonna go.
And okay. Go ahead and make a diplomacy check, scene of action. Aided by well, we already succeeded the drafting check. We'll just give you a +2 on it.
I get a +4 for my dungeon unity.
That gives you a bonus 2 checks to aid. So it makes it easier for you to aid other people. You've already succeeded at aiding here.
Can I ask what I'm trying to do?
You're trying to make a request of this man through paper.
Okay.
Through paper and shenanigans.
Perfect. That's not feeling the best, but
Okay. All right. Okay, so what is the plan? You are setting up to play a concert in the
just like out front.
Okay.
In the
so
the,
not
like-
not technically on the property?
maybe it depends who you ask.
Okay. All right, out front. Fair enough. And you said this concert was for free. From what I recall.
But if people want to give money, they can.
Sure. Go ahead and do a do a performance check for me. I forget the name. Earn an income.
Give me a second, because I'm gonna. One sec. I forgot all of the bonuses I gave myself last time.
You're gonna get like silver for this. Because if you're just playing for tips, it's like a lower
okay.
lower DC.
Okay, I didn't know that this was for the money. I do get, just off the top of my head, I do get a...
Oh, this is excellent. It is an excellent performance.
Okay. The Winding of Tveshtov gives me a +1.
Go ahead and earn a gold in tips.
Sweet.
And generally, this is like the second performance you've done in 2 days here, right? So it is expanding your reputation in the town.
Yeah,
And,
and can I... Oh, God, Sorry, one sec. Can I use this to... I'll do impressive performance.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
I would say Turris and I probably would have talked about this ahead of time of how long should I try to shoot for the performance to be.
About an hour, and then we can message each other to if we need to get it longer or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Scene would go for an hour, and then yeah, we can...
Okay. Turris, what are you doing while
from
this
there.
is going on? While the show is going on?
Before the show starts, I'll tell Scene, you should work in a improv ad-lib a song about Moto. Throw it in there near the end.
Do I see Rudel?
First, I would like to know what Turris is doing during the show.
That was beforehand.
Okay.
During the show, I'll be kind of watching from our rooms to see if he comes out. Going to the balcony, like seeing if I can see anything or hear anything from the penthouse or whatnot.
Okay. Just like from the balcony in your guys' rooms?
Yeah.
Okay. What you actually see as you're doing that is below you. I think you guys saw, you had an opportunity at least to see Martel coming out of the castle before. So you see him coming out of this building down below, flanked by two guards, two just like fully armored guards. Heading towards the show once it begins, after it kind of starts. Like once the music starts flying a little bit. So once you see that, what would you like to do?
Okay. How difficult does it look to climb up to the penthouse from our place?
They had, unfortunately, the good sense, potentially bad sense, to stagger the windows from the below balconies. So it's not like climbing right up from the balcony. You have to go over about, not even super far, but about 5 feet. So you're hanging over like open air before you can climb up to that window. So it doesn't look particularly hard. You've got the railing there to stand on and everything, but it is particularly dangerous. So whatever you call high risk but medium chance of failure.
Let me think here. Do I have anything useful to get over there? I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna try to climb it. Maybe get Armis to help me out.
Yeah, with Armis's help. Well, I mean, Armis aiding you does contribute to your climb. It will be athletics to climb up there.
Alrighty. And that's gonna be a reroll.
What do you mean? Should let it ride.
Let it ride. Also, I'm tying a rope around myself. Wow, around myself for tourists to like hold on to in case like something horrible happens.
All right. Go ahead and just roll an aid with Armis with whatever skill. Not whatever skill. This is probably athletics.
How do I get to Armis's sheet from here? Oh, that's still tourists. I can get to Armis
Should be under
through here.
familiars.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, this is fantastic. This is so super cool.
Like I said, not a terribly hard thing to do, but still, as you are reaching over for the window, you like slip and like plummet a good 5-10 feet, and then the rope catches and Armis has to like hold on to it. Hold on to the rope to prevent you from falling to probably not your death from this high, but a great injury. Have Armis just roll athletics one more time. Okay, he catches you just fine. You kind of like swing and like crack your head on the balcony a little bit. Just go ahead and take 5 bludgeoning damage. And with the rope, this becomes a pretty safe thing to do. Head damage aside, so you do eventually just get in there. You will have to cut the rope at that point, at the point that you are like in the room, to be able to go very far, I would imagine. Well, maybe not. Whatever. If you'd like to pull up the rope while you are squeezing inside, that's fine.
Yeah, make it subtle and whatnot.
Okay. So you climb inside, which is kind of a little like sitting room. A couple of chairs kind of arranged around the window. Clearly meant to kind of like take in, again, the view of the lake on this side of the building.
Also, Scene has a message, right, as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'd also tell him to let me know when Martel starts coming back up.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check, by the way. Well, you proceed into the rest of the penthouse, I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. So you open that door, and you see a bedroom on the other side, and you start walking in, and then from another door, kind of across the room, you hear footsteps going by, loud, heavy footsteps. 2 sets, and you hear a voice saying, "Man, complete bullshit that we have to wait here. They're going to enjoy the music, and we have to sit here and watch them." And kind of like fades away. There are still
Watch
guards.
the what? Watch the what?
Watch the penthouse. They have to sit and watch the penthouse. There
hmm.
are still guards in the penthouse. Jumping to scene for a moment, although you are still performing. You do eventually see Martel in the crowd as you are performing, with the 2 guards flanking him. And he doesn't really...
Okay.
He's kind of... It was a very good performance. He's kind of tapping his toes. He's kind of got... he's got his arms crossed. He's kind of looking around. Kind of looks... Looking at you like suspiciously.
Can I try and target... Looking at me suspiciously?
Yeah, he's just looking around like a little bit like, what's this all about?
Can I try and target him with the make an impression?
Yeah, he can be one of the people, sure.
Okay.
Roll that.
And I will roll performance. Also, really quick, I would have done musical accompaniment, which
Makes sense.
gives me +1 on top of the +1 to...
It's a very rockin' first minute of the show.
Sure is. Wait, can I...
Oh, I guess it's heightened.
No, it's 10.
Yeah, it's 10
it's
minutes.
10
It's
minutes,
10
right?
Yes.
Can I just like keep recasting it?
I suppose,
There's a
yeah.
cantrip.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Fair enough.
I swear there's something else that gives me like a +2 or something.
You probably have... Well, yeah, you've got the item bonus, which should just show up, and then you have this that'll give you a status bonus.
And then there was also there was one more bonus that I...
You can get circumstance bonuses from being aided in other things, but like status bonus don't stack, item bonuses don't stack. So depending on what it is...
Wasn't it status It was like status, item, and
circumstance.
Condition?
Yeah.
Circumstance. Oh. Okay. That makes sense. I don't remember what it was. That's okay.
We'll see if it matters.
Ugh.
That wasn't the direction I meant when I said that, but
It wasn't a 1.
So does that have the... That doesn't have my item bonus for some reason.
not sure. But even with the item bonus, it's a little bit low. It's a little bit low in this case. Although a lot of the people here are primed to enjoy the show to begin with, so it is an easier DC. You've already... Yeah. So this is by no means like a bad show. You're by no means making a bad impression.
Okay. I think Cian would take a small break. Not like a break, but like stop playing the music between one of the songs and just like start talking to the audience, and then he would just like start asking people questions, and he would single out Martel.
Okay.
Hey, you back there. Mind coming up here?
Kind of looks around, still looking a little like...
Come on, guys, let's
suspicious
cheer
of
him
the whole
on.
thing.
Let's get him to come up here.
I think I'm good back here, thanks.
Come on, man. You look so interesting. I want to hear your story. I was going to improvise a song right on the spot just for you.
Go ahead and roll diplomacy to make a request of the man. Wow. Even with the higher DC on that. He kind of like sighs, and then he kind of like waves for his guards to come with him. And they're kind of like moving people out of the way a little bit. Well, people are making way, but they're, shoving people who get a little bit too close. And so he kind of comes to the front of the line. His guards kind of standing at the edge of kind of the crowd, a little bit ways away from you.
Not much of the artistic type myself.
Are you sure? I mean, I don't know. There's something about you, and also, a man with company like these two. Are these your band members? Are you trying to stay under the radar?
Certainly not. I'm here on business from the Queen.
The Queen.
Thought I would come see what this show here is all about, given that you personally seemed to deliver a message through my window.
So he's gonna blankly stare at this guy.
So, how can I help you with this little show that you're putting on?
Yeah, I mean, I'd
Give him
love
the electric
to,
triangle.
I'd love to hear a bit about yourself, a bit about what you do, and any bits of a story you can toss my way. I can try to throw together into a song, and your two friends here can also join in.
They look very uncomfortable. He's like,
He's gonna nudge him and be like, "You guys look like you have some stories."
They're quiet. They're a bit shy. Me, on the other hand, I got some stories. I'm here, like I said, on business from the Queen, making sure the kingdom is nice and healthy and well defended. Getting ready for well, with all that business down south, there's a bit of a conflict on the horizon.
And how do you personally feel about that?
I am, of course,
The Queen's not here. You don't have to. You can be honest.
very pleased by my duties to the Queen, sir.
I'm sorry. I hope you know I was just joking. I'm just. Look at me. I'm pretty much a beach ball. Like, don't take me too seriously.
I assure you I'm not.
You ever sang before? You want to give it a shot?
I'm not much of a singer.
You could be.
Bit of a talker, but not much of a singer.
Have you ever seen those spoken word performances
Can't,
with the background music, the backing track from the band?
can't say I have.
Could try that.
I told you I'm not terribly creative myself. Sorry, I might be the wrong man for all of this.
No, you're. I think you're the perfect man for exactly this. I think you've given me a good amount of material to work with. Mind if I throw together a song for you?
Can't wait to hear it.
he says, kind of like putting his hands out to the side, giving a little bit of a bow and taking a couple of steps back.
By all means, show us what you've got, Master Fiddler.
Yeah, so Scene will start kicking up the musical accompaniment again. And then he looks around to see if he can see Davis.
You do. He's looking very. He's like looking between you and Martel, and just. He also looks very uncomfortable. Turris.
Davis, is that you? And he'll point.
He like ducks down. Ducks down behind the crowd.
Everybody, can we get a round of applause for the lovely to-be owner of this amazing establishment?
They look around, kind of confused, but they comply and start clapping.
Woo!
Oh, you're Davis's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Turris, up in the penthouse. What are you up to? What are you trying to look for?
So the other guards are in a different room, though, right?
Yeah,
Like
they're,
I'm in
like, out in
the
the hallway.
bedroom, the hallway, like the little, like there's probably like an adjoining.
Yep.
From the door that we saw to this door.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a whole penthouse up here with several rooms. But they are elsewhere in the penthouse.
Is there a writing desk anywhere here?
Yeah.
A chest? All right. Not to make you do double duty or anything, but I'm gonna have Armis. We could just TLDR it, depending on however you want to play it. However you want to play it. I'm gonna have Armis go to the door, downstairs door, and knock on that one, the front door, and just distract the guards as long as possible.
They absolutely answer. They will absolutely try to shoo off Armis. You know, with words.
Armis would try and invite them to the show.
Oh my lord. They decline. They have a job to do and they will not leave their post. They will
Turris
sit there and babble with
will
Armis.
babble. Ask them if they need a floating pair of armor for any work or anything like that. How does armor get into a job like that?
Right.
Yeah. I'll look at the writing desk if there's any chests. There's like a walk-in closet. See if there's any jackets that had with pockets that have any notes left in them or anything, and money. I'm also looking for money. Mostly documents and things.
Okay. Go ahead and just roll a perception check to search the room. Search these things that you have pointed out.
Hidden or not hidden?
Hidden, yeah.
Okay.
You find an abundance of what you would expect, which is to say, like, sheets and sheets and sheets, pages and pages of, like, roster, and, like, names of conscripted soldiers, and, like, where they came from. Kind of like who they were going to conscript, who they ended up conscripting instead. There's quite a few instances of, like, sons or brothers or whatever joining in, kind of like opting to go instead of whoever was supposed to be recruited. A couple of notes of, like, deceased for people who could not, who were dead, could not be conscripted on account of being dead, etc. A couple of notes for, like, folks who were not there when they went to fetch conscripts. A couple of with, like, notes of, like, possible runaway. There's actually a lot of, like, suspected runaway. Yeah. Nothing super alarming, I would say. Just a lot of those kinds of pages. If you want to continue searching, you will need another 10 minutes, so I will ask for some kind of... I know Armis's like social stats aren't super good.
Yeah, but I bet these guards are about the same. They're like cut from the same cloth, except for its armor.
Yeah. So however you want to continue to distract them.
So I need a, what is it? I need a distraction roll, not a perception roll, or I need a perception roll and just a method of distraction.
Tourist needs to roll perception. Armis needs to roll some method of distracting. Yes.
Okay. That's the roll there for perception. The distraction is
deception is typically how
this.
you cause a distraction. But if you have other options.
Yeah. Other options are not that. Deception is not an option for Armis.
Okay.
He's got a -1. But he has a 14 athletics, so hey, who's the best arm wrestler amongst you? Because it's not Armis.
Oh my god.
They definitely, if he goes to like try to arm wrestle these guys or anything like that, I think they start like...
It would be like issuing a challenge, not like forcing them into it, sort of a
Sure. If you're not forcing them into it, it's fine.
They'd obviously accept.
You find a coin purse in there with 15 gold in it.
Beautiful.
Give me one more perception check.
All right.
Okay. You rifle through go into the closet, rifle through some of the shirts. You do find a note in kind of folded in the pockets of one of them. You pull it out, you unfold it, and it seems to be a letter from another Ordine scolding Martel for something. But you know that Armis is being turned away and you are out of time, so you'll have to review it when you get back to your room.
Very well. I'll tell Armis he'll win next time. Like, you know, it went easy on him this time, but next time.
Excellent. Like, yeah. Just shut the door in his face. Okay. Seeing you perform the rest of this impromptu concert, get a lot of cheers and claps. Afterwards, Martel is going to linger a little bit as the crowd starts to disperse. Davis does not hang around. Davis retreats. Basically, as soon as he ducks out of sight earlier, you don't see him the rest of the show. So as the crowd is starting to kind of disperse, Martel does like approach again, kind of like slow clapping a little bit, and he's like,
Not typically much of a music person, but that was really rather entertaining, I must say.
I'm glad you think so. Anytime I can, the Davis back there, for instance, he said he wasn't a big music guy. So anytime I can lead people to the light, so to speak, I love to do it.
Right, Davis. We couldn't help but notice, and he takes out the flyer that you shot up to his room. A couple of these, more than one, 3 or 4, got sent up to our window somehow. So I'm curious why the personal invitation.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll be honest. We used a bird and just kind of put a bunch into an open bag and tied it to the bird's feet.
Go ahead. Let me see.
We're going with bird, huh?
The bird play. Let's see how it plays out.
Good lord.
Okay, I think I've asked you this before. Is message
Subtle?
oh,
He kind of crooks an eyebrow.
is message yeah.
Well, the bird seemed awfully intent on getting our attention in particular.
Is message a subtle thing? Or do I need
Where is...
does it happen in
It is subtle.
Okay.
He'll
I'm gonna
potentially see you mouthing words. But
Okay.
There's no other big indication that you're casting a spell.
Yeah, I would send a message to Turris and be like, I'm talking to Martel right now. What do you want me to say?
In what regard? I say climbing back to the
Oh
other
my
room.
God.
Swinging from the window, trying not to break your ankle.
Casual conversation, doing some Mission Impossible nonsense. It's fine.
Scene is just gonna be like, that's what you use the response for.
Oh, okay. So there's probably some context here of what he's asking for, right? What do I tell this guy? Turris will say that Turris will tell him do I have so many words? How many words do I have?
25, I think.
25. I can just
I don't know,
keep
off the top of
messaging
my
back, right?
You also have message, yes.
Yeah, I'll just keep messaging as much as I need. Basically,
It's a short message. It doesn't have a...
Tell him that his reputation preceded himself, and he thought that and that you're new to the area, and in such a patronage from a high-standing member of the Rudel lands would be a great boon to both yourself and whoever chose to patron you. Which is why you sent the letter straight to him.
Scene will quickly respond and be like, got it. Did Steris want us to ask anything specific?
What are you mumbling there?
I'm so sorry. The mind of a musician it's a little crazy. I feel like I always have songs coming in and out of my head. And then he'll look at him and Well, first he'll look to the two guards and be like, do you mind if I shake his hand? Is that okay? Like, is that allowed?
They do mind. I think someone had me confused with, perhaps my brother or my mother. They're both quite into the arts. I myself, not so much. We will, it seems, be in a position to perhaps give you a little bit of patronage if you are sticking around in Rudel relatively soon, within a couple of months. So, perhaps around then, have a chat with my mother. I'm
Yeah,
sure
absolutely.
she'd be happy to receive a interesting guest such as yourself. But for now, I don't have any patronage for performers myself. I've got a job to do.
I completely understand. Anytime I get to perform for someone acquainted with the Queen or anyone like that, I'm happy to. It's been a lifelong dream to perform for, well, the Queen herself personally.
Queen, perhaps we'll get there one day, friend. Like I said, it was a better show than I expected. But I'm going to take my leave. Get some shut-eye. Got a long day of travel tomorrow.
Where you heading?
Bring back south. Back to Temo. Back home. Hope you have yourself a good stay here. And he kind of like gives you a nod and turns and starts to walk away.
Scene will wave and just like shout at the three of them and be like, thanks for coming by.
All right, Turris. The note you read.
Oh, also, Scene would have just messaged Turris at the end saying they're heading back.
Right, he says, laying in the bed of their room, reading the note.
The note you read to that is true. The note you read basically is a scolding from a Delian Oridine. In short, it is saying
Delian Oridine?
yes. Good. Basically saying that kind of calling Martel some impolite names, saying he needs to stop grandstanding and like lay low for a little while, just perform his duties, needs to stop talking up the family for a little while until things are secured, basically. Like, you need to stop. The estate is off limits to your friends for the moment. And you cannot be bringing people around, and you cannot be bragging about things that have not happened yet, you imbecile, is the short version.
Does it detail any of his braggings?
Not specifically, no. Scene, what do you do directly after the concert? Do you just like head back to your own room?
Scene probably would have like swung by the like would have headed back, but stopped by the lobby to see if Davis was still there or if it was Rayanne.
There is a Rayanne starting. Kind of like a similarly full back hair, but kind of like a kind of girl in her like mid-20s.
Okay. Scene probably would have just stopped by, said hi, and headed up to the room.
Okay. All right. My other question is, do you guys actually stay in these rooms for the night? Or do you go back to the castle?
I imagine we would head back to the castle.
Absolutely.
It would be hilarious if you didn't.
Absolutely makes sense.
I paid for this room, by golly.
That's exactly where I thought your mind would be. That's my 5 gold I got back from Scene. Oh no, you refused his gold actually.
Oh wait, yeah.
Mhm.
Did you steal? Did you recoup what you lost?
Oh yeah, got 15 gold, so plus 10 gold. So I see this as an absolute win. I'm just going to retire on the what is it, the balcony, reading for the night, and just for the off chance that I can overhear any of Martel over talking about any of his plans, or maybe he's annoyed at a guard and he slips up and says something. I don't know, but I'm just gonna retire on the balcony for the night.
Let's see. Okay, so you're sleeping on that balcony for the night. Yeah. Yeah, you overhear some stuff from Martel. He starts a little while after getting back. He's like, you can't hear most of what's happening in the room because it's like there's the window and then it's like a room beyond that. But at some point you just start hearing screaming coming out of that window. Maybe not screaming, but you hear shouts for sure. Just being like, effectively saying like, what do you mean no one was in my room? I know exactly where I left my coin purse. It is gone. And if one of you idiots didn't steal it, then what does that mean? Does that mean you let someone else in? Pick which way you fucked up. And like, yeah, he's going off a little bit. So you sleep there for the night on the balcony, listening to this sweet serenade of Martel freaking out. Okay, so seeing you go back to the rest of the group, Taurus, you stay there for the night. When you were leaving the next day, go ahead and next morning.
If Taurus was staying, I think I would also stay just to like. I don't want to like abandon someone and whatever.
Okay. So like the next day, as you guys are leaving, we're gonna be a little bit brief here. As you guys are leaving, you see there is a couple of carts, a couple of like wagons kind of lined up in the drive, in the courtyard, getting ready for departure, and you see kind of like also walking around the courtyard, you see both Martel and Davis. And Martel has like his arm around Davis and is like kind of loudly talking at him. You hear little bits of it, like how he can't wait to come back, things like that. But go ahead and just roll a perception check, both of you.
I'm gonna definitely have tourists not with us, by the way.
Armis?
Armis, that's the one.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Good choice. You guys both catch a glimpse of Davis, and his face is, he's like got his nice clothes on, he's got his hair pulled back, but his face is very bruised and lightly touched up with makeup of some variety, but very bruised up.
I know we're trying to keep it brief, so I'm just gonna say Cian would see that and go over and just like ask him what happened. Away from Martel.
There is no way from Martel right now. Martel has his arm around Davis, and like you hear him saying like, I always did love this establishment. It's a nice place to stay. It's a shame the way things have gone downhill. Things going missing from the penthouse is not good luck for you. But we'll make sure. We'll make sure that this place stays up to quality, won't we? And Davis is like, yes, of course. We will do just that. And Martel gives him the good like shake. And he's like, that is perfect. That is perfect. I'd love to hear that. I would love to come back with... We've got good, powerful friends. I'd love to come back with some of them sometime. Have a nice stay at your establishment. And there's like no away from Martel at the moment.
Okay.
On the plus side, Martel is completely ignoring you.
I can hang around and figure out what happened.
Cian
I think
would.
we already know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to hear the horse's mouth. And then I want to punch the
We should
horse.
stop talking to the horse.
I want to punch that dead. I want to make that horse dead. I'm not talking about Davy.
I'm sure. So if you stick around for a little while, you do watch Martel eventually get into the cart and ride off with his guards and everything. And Davis going back to the office. To the booking office.
Does Martel seem like a tough guy in any sense? Like himself?
Hard to... He's not like huge. He's not like a huge buff guy. Hard to judge.
What about mentally?
He likes... You already know, he likes to like play up being tough.
Okay.
So short version of this
Is his cart open?
No, definitely not. It's like a closed cart, closed curtains. It has windows. They are curtained and they are closed.
Okay. Sorry, you can keep going.
I'm just talk to Davis. Like when he sees you approach tourists, he will like look away and like pretend not to hear you and like try not to talk to you. But if you approach and force the issue, he will have a brief conversation. How would you like to start it, if you would like to start?
Just tell him, oh, Davies, glad to tell you that the stay last night was wonderful. Slept like a baby.
That is lovely to hear. We are happy to provide that service.
There's something wrong. What happened to your face?
Bit of a misunderstanding on all part of the job, I'm afraid. Nothing
What
that
do you mean?
can't be smoothed over.
What happened, man?
Not at liberty to say.
Scene is gonna message into his brain and ask, what happened? No one can hear you. Like, say it in here.
This is a safe space.
Yeah.
Oh, he can really speak his mind right now.
It has to be 25 words, but like,
Well, you know.
I asked that you not harass the penthouses.
Mm.
You had your own business to do, and that's fine. I would like to go home and get a drink. Thank you very much.
He actually like repeats the last part out loud. And like turns and tries to start walking away.
Scene will stop him really quick and hand him 15 gold.
Looks confused for a
This,
moment. Kind of.
This should be able to buy you a nice drink, hopefully.
I suspect so. I suspect so.
I don't know how much they cost these days, but
Thank you for your patronage. I hope whatever you were up to was worth it. Have a wonderful day.
And he like takes a couple of steps away and then turns around. He's like, and we do hope to see you again here at our establishment. And then turns and continues walking away.
I'm starting to think he wasn't serious.
yeah, I was just gonna say, do you think he really means that?
Considering he believes that we're at fault for certain grievances, at least he's good with his job. We should return to the others.
So you guys make your way across town. Takes a few minutes. And you come back to the guest wing of the castle. And
Asteris is sitting in an armchair. She flicks on the lamp. We're waiting all night for you.
All night. Yeah.
Oh. No, she will be waiting in the foyer. But I don't know if there's a dramatic lamp for me to flick. Also, it's morning.
You could produce flame on a candle and utterly obliterate it.
Yeah. Yeah. She'll throw
The
a
real
little fire towards the.
what could happen is Isha could be covering a window.
You're the curtain.
Yeah.
We've been planning this all night.
Pull the wing back.
Shine the light on them. You couldn't have messaged to let us know what was going on? The two people who have that spell?
I think you're a little further than the range. You know, the reception's not great.
He'll pull one of the
Seeing-
flyers she found on the ground out of her bag. But you had
As-
time to run around and make these.
Oh, perfect. So you know
I mean-
exactly
I
what we
mean,
were doing and where we were.
As Steris just seemingly stares in silence, Scene will just get a bigger smile, like not a like happy proud smile, but like the awkward, like don't be mad smile.
Oh, that's not gonna save you. What did you do?
Okay,
you
Turris,
even
what did you
manage
get?
Did you even manage to have a conversation with Martel?
Oh yeah, Scene talked to him himself.
True, yeah. I also I sang for him.
Obviously.
And Turris stole from him.
Something good, I hope.
A little bit of coin, but more importantly, he produces the letter for everyone to read.
And you go over that. So to recap, it says it is a scolding of Martel by this Delion. Essentially saying, like, we had... I guess it starts off by saying, like, I have told you before that you need to stop grandstanding, you need to stop bragging about things that have not happened yet. It raises suspicions that make our goals more difficult. While your bragging has typically only gotten you in trouble, it now has the potential to get the entire family into trouble. Her Highness specifically ordered that no visitors be allowed at our estate. You will not be inviting friends over for petty dalliances any longer. And you will stick strictly to your duties until this is all over. And then it's signed with love and deep concern. Delion Voraktee. And that is...
Well...
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna comment that this certainly isn't nothing, but it isn't giving us much more than we already knew.
I was hoping for a bit more myself, but perhaps at least provide some threads to pull on.
Yes, and you can use your skill at sowing a rumor to perhaps listen for some rumors about what he was bragging about precisely.
Yes, I think I can do that.
Definitely possible. I can start with that next time. And I think that is probably where we will end for the night, given that we are out of time. Unless anyone has any last minute zingers to throw out.
Nope.
Okay. I have a request.
Zing.
I enjoyed the session, and I had a lot of fun. I will ask that if a scene is only like a couple of the players and not all of the players, that we take the brief versions of those scenes where possible.
I know. I wasn't trying to be very long-winded.
I understand. But thank you guys for playing. I did quite enjoy the session, and I'm looking forward to next
Thank you
week.
for running. We are on for next week.
I do believe we are.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, actually, I just got my schedule for most of October, and they gave me my Thursdays off, so your Wednesdays. So
Excellent.
Oh, shit.
Excellent. I was listening to that, and I was anticipating the wind up going in the other direction. So that's excellent to hear.
Yippee!
Felt my.
so for the next month, I should be okay.
Rad. Very nice.
They are doing something weird with my schedule, so we'll see how that holds up.
Gotcha. Yeah, my weird schedule was this week, but
I have some unavailability October, but September I'm good.
excellent. All right, then I will see you guys.
Usually they schedule me 6 days in a row, and for some reason they did a week of 5 days. So,
Gotcha.
yeah. And I gotta go take off to get ready for work anyway. So you guys have a good one.
That's good. Catch you later.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Thank you guys again. Like I said, I might have a little bit of homework for you guys to get the portraits working again. I know you guys probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but if you take a peek at my stream right now, most of you are like your Discord avatars, but then we have Scene of Auction and my automaton GM pictures.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah,
don't-
everything kind of broke.
How...
It's pretty
I don't
simple
particularly
to
remember
fix that,
what
right?
happened.
I had it manually set up for most of you. Konnor, I think, went through the process of setting it up specifically, like setting up an account on this website and like setting the picture
Yeah.
himself before I figured out how to set it up on my end. But they took away however I had it set up before, so I might have to ask you guys to make it accounts and like set up pictures.
But I like being around. It's nice.
That's valid. That's valid.
I don't mind. I just didn't know what it entailed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's just signing up for an account and uploading a picture. But I might be able to set it up myself. Still, I just might have to redo it.
well, if it's as easy as just like signing up and doing it, I can do it myself now. That would be easier.
Okay, I will send you the info.
Their link. Okay.
I'm gonna wrap up stream first, and then I can send that over. So I'm just gonna go find someone to raid, and I will be right back.
Thanks for running.
Yeah, thanks again for playing. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out for Pathfinder. I had a good time. I am excited to play next week, and I actually need to go find someone to raid before I do my whole exit message. But streams have been a little bit late this week. I apologize for that. I'm gonna try to be back on with Hollow Knight like next week, along with the usual prep and stuff. So look forward to that. We're gonna try to do some music on stream again soon. I just had a weird schedule this week, so now that that is over, we should be all set. So keep an eye on my Discord for the schedule for that, and we will see you all again real soon. Goodbye.